Hi, I'm Amy Matthews, and welcome to the 2021 Idea House. Now, this project has been a labor of love for me for the last 3 years. It is situated in the beautiful St. Croix River Valley in very chilly and often very snowy Minnesota. The vision for this space is steeped in two things. Number one, the landscape. This is the oldest dairy farm in the area. A 130-year-old red barn sits on the property, an old milk house that's in disrepair, which I'll renovate, and also an old outbuilding that I will renovate to train women in the trades. But it's also steeped in my own Scandinavian heritage. And when I say it's a Scandinavian-inspired barn house, it isn't about just interior decor at all. It's about building principles that people utilize in areas where there are 4 extremely strong climates, and you've got to get light and warmth into the space. So what does it mean to be an idea house? Well, it's all about research. We want to bring together a combination of the best, newest technologies and building products and supplies out there. The things that you can see and use on a daily basis, as well as the things hidden inside the walls and the mechanicals of your home to make it a really unique and interesting space. And we'll use do-it-right building techniques that this old house viewers can utilize in your own remodels or new builds. Come on, let's take a look. First, let's check in with my architect, Colin, and talk about the vision for the project. How does it feel to finally see the space going up?
It's exciting, obviously. We've worked on it a long time, so.
What are some of your main design principles that lead all of your projects?
Well, we have a really firm belief in a philosophy of living architecture that's not only about sort of lifestyle architecture, but also how do we integrate building and landscape in a way where you have a seamless integration of nature and structure. Every site has amazing potential. This one in particular had more than many. The way we're kind of in this beautiful little microclimate, and we've got all this privacy, and the lot feels 10 times bigger than it actually is in real life just because you get the borrowed views. But we want to amplify that kind of quality and those little moments in the landscape and then unify them with the building that makes kind of moments of magic and elevated experience. I
told you in a couple areas I want to be in a snow globe, like a reverse snow globe. I want to sit inside the glass and have all the snow falling outside around me. But in the winter, you know, by 4 o'clock, not only is the sun going down here, but I'm also in a valley, which keeps it a lot darker. And for me, that Scandinavian principle of like finding the light.
In the northern climate, we try to create a long linear bar that's narrow and has a lot of north-south glass, because that's our ideal glazing and light daylight in the winter months, especially when we get, you know, darkness at 4 o'clock.
I wanted to build something that could be an experience for people to come to and enjoy, which is part of, you know, the outbuilding and having a training, you know, facility and a workshop, but also having a guest house out there.
It's funny, the term landscape, in terms of landscape architecture, comes from the Finnish word landschaft, which is based on original historic farmsteads and the kind of cloistering you get of all these buildings together to kind of create space. And you had that in a big way when you drive across the bridge. You get this kind of really great, almost courtyard quality as you drive into the driveway from all of those pieces working together.
One of the unique building components going into this idea house is SIPs. Now, what are SIPs? SIPs are structural insulated panels, and they make up the entire envelope of the home, including the roof. The SIPs are made of 2 pieces of OSB, which is oriented strand board, that are laminated to, in this case, 8 inches of expanded polystyrene that makes up the insulation. These are all fabricated in a manufacturing facility, which means there's generally less waste of product when you often have a lot of waste on a construction site. And they're also not subjected to the elements for long periods of time. These were brought onto site, and in with a day, they started installing them. And the whole entire process will take about 3 to 4 weeks by the time the roof is on. So this is going to be an amazingly quick build. Next, let's connect with my builder Chad and see what's on his agenda today.
We have a lot going on today, so actually we're just getting wrapped up with the first level walls, which is great to see the progress, and getting ready to start setting our floor trusses for our second level.
So the steel moment frame is going in the dining room, so the opening between the main barn house and the dining room glass box.
Basically, it's a structural member that will hold the integrity of the windows. So we have kind of full bank of windows. We don't have enough framing in the corners, so we have to use a steel moment frame to pick up that extra shear force. So,
what are your biggest challenges and next steps in the process?
Building in Minnesota in December, a few challenges with the ground freezing and whatnot. So we need to get the structure enclosed and get some heaters running so we can get the ground thawed, so we can get our plumbing, heating, electrical, underground portion complete. And then we will actually get the hydronic heat going to run during the building process instead of having temp heaters and whatnot, so you're not running any dust through furnaces.
The build is well underway, but the next steps are pretty crucial considering the fact that it's about to get cold here. And we've got the concrete slab being poured. Not only is it the slab that houses the hydronic heating that will be my heat source for the first floor, but it is also my finished floor. So we have to make sure it cures and it cures well. And then we've got to wrap this baby up for winter. Get the house wrap on and the deck armor on the roof, and then the pièce de résistance, the windows. These beauties are going to truly transform this space into something magical. So stay tuned.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.